Hey guys, welcome back to Tara's Take. Happy Friday. All right, this is take 3 for me. Take 3 on this video. Now, I answered the phone because I paused it to get some images earlier, and I answered the phone because Cordy called, and I thought it would keep it paused. Nope, it didn't. It lost it. I didn't know it lost it. Restarted it thinking it was the same video, and it was the second video with only half of what my information had been. So I was like, okay, we're just going to redo the whole thing. So here I am. So what I have today, we're going to do vintage and antique book page collaging with some stamps, and then also some images, not just words and stuff, but I wanted to use some fun images I have. I already did one because of course, well, actually I did two. I hadn't finished this one yet, but this was the first one I did, and I am not done with it yet. It still needs some stamping and some decoration. This one is the one I did with some book images and music paper, and I kind of wanted to do this one again, and this time I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So what I want to do on this one, I built the images and stuff first and then laid out the music page and then did the stamping. On this next one with you guys, what I would like to do is lay out the music pages, then do the images, okay, with torn edges, and then do the stamping. Or no, I'm sorry, do the stamping and then the images. That was it. So it's the music page, then the stamping, then the images. And I think that would give us a really cool effect. So after doing it now, and realizing, oh, I should have done this first. So yeah, so I am going to be tearing down music because I did like the torn edges, and I liked the way that it looked kind of, let's see. I liked how it looked as far as like not matching up music wise, like it was all over the place, and it looks cool. So yeah, so what you're going to need today to do this project with me is some vintage pages out of books, can be, and then images if you have some. I'm using music sheets because I love music sheets, and I don't use them nearly as often as I'd like to, so I have a whole bunch of them, and yeah, I decided today I'm going to use them. And plus, the pictures I'm going to be using are from books that I have that are from operas, and also from, I'm going to do the other side, from operas and also composers out of a composer book that I have. So I thought this would be fun. I actually have a couple of composer books. Then the newest one I have was the one I got on vacation in Flagstaff, and I have not cut into it yet. I haven't done anything with it yet, simply for the fact mostly that I really wanted to scan first and then go in and do some collages or some digikits with the pictures for you guys. So if anybody wanted to have some old, they're really cool pictures though, they're beautiful, so I think you'd like them. So yeah, I'm just building a quick music collage here, and like I said, you can do verbiage, does not matter. You do not have to do music with me, but if you have music pages and you want to use them, go for it. You're going to need a glue stick or some tacky glue. Any glue actually will do. You can use Elmer's, any glue at all, so as long as it sticks that paper to the paper. Now you can also, and I've done this before, you can create without a backdrop paper. I use this paper here. I've shown it to you before. It's painter's paper. I got it from Amazon. It's in a roll, see? And it's super thin, and it's nice to work on because it's not bulky. You can kind of build however you want, and then when you glue it down to like cardstock or whatever you're going to use it on, it's not bulky, like I said, and so it doesn't detract from what you've added it to. It doesn't make it so thick that you can't, like your piece. So it's a good thing for snippet rolls and for collage basis, personally, I think. So yeah, I'm just see if I'm doing this because I like the way they overlap and just don't match up and kind of look haphazard. I think that's fun. And after I did the first one, it's kind of good that I'm redoing the video, because once I did the first one, I was like, huh, you know, this is what I like about it, and this is what I like about it. And when I first started, I didn't really know what I liked about it. You know, now I think I have decided this is the best route for me. Now, if you, I hate the way this, I can't get the glue stick to the edge without getting it on the paper. Now, if you have a different way and you like it that way, go for it. You know the rules. There are none. So I actually think I'll keep all the paper the same direction as far as the music sheets go. I'm not sure on the images. I might with that too. And then kind of turn and twist the stamps. I'm just trying something a little bit different. I've never done it like this exactly. Actually, I don't usually do it like this. Let me get a glue sheet here. Do I have any? I think I actually put them in my drawer. Did I just say the word actually 3 times in a row? Sorry. Do you know what I've been using as a glue page? This ballot book. They tear out really easy, or I can just, well, I'll show you. And I'm just getting used to using it. I forget sometimes. Oh, goodness sake. And that's why I'm using it, because I do not want that to happen anymore. Okay, so if I didn't have all this glue right here, that wouldn't happen. But it's okay. It'll happen again in a second. Now let me get I have a few more pages over here with music on them. Just breaking these down. So how's everybody doing today? You got any plans for the weekend? I have, maybe I'm going to go into town and get my printer. That might be my plan for the weekend. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. It's only Tuesday right now when I'm doing this one, so this video. So yeah. There we go. Trying to cover that area that's got all the glue so it stops sticking to my book. I wish I had a little bit more space here. It's coming. It's coming. We're saving. Praise the Lord. The Lord is preparing a home for us. And I believe that. Honestly, I'm not just saying that or speaking faith. I mean, I am speaking faith, but I really believe in faith that the Lord is preparing a place for my husband and I here in the valley, and that we'll soon be able to say, oh, I'm going to have to take a break from the videos because I'm moving. That's going to be really exciting when that happens. I'm going to really be happy about that. And then I'll be like, I'm back and I have a craft room. So what I was saying was, when your page gets to where you've got a lot of glue, you can just flip the page and glue it down to that page and it's gone. Isn't that fun? So that's why I like this book idea. I think I can't remember if I saw somebody do that one time or not. Honestly, I can't remember. But I thought of doing that with my book, and it's working for me. I probably saw somebody do it before. If I did, I have no clue. So, yeah. If that's a trick you saw somebody do, let me know. Maybe I saw Pam do it, or I don't know, maybe Gail. I haven't seen anybody use their glue book in a while, so I'm pretty sure that's where I got the idea from. You ever have an idea and you're like, you think you thought of it, and then you're like, maybe I didn't think of it. That's kind of how I feel about that one. Like, I'm pretty sure I probably didn't think of that. But it works. It works. And I can just flip that page, and I don't have to worry about these silly ballot books because that's all over with. So, yeah, we will not talk about that. Okay. Praise God. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. And then we'll start stamping. Here, I have a tiny little piece right here I'm going to put there. Right there. And these areas will probably get covered anyway, but I just want a misshapen blank, you know, backdrop. And I'm gonna mishappen it even more by putting stamping on it. So that should be fun. It was the first time, but it was a little more difficult because of the fact that I had so many, I had so many images down already. And so they were kind of in the way, and I really didn't want to cover faces and stuff. So yeah, that's what made me think of doing it in this order instead, because I think it'll salvage. And then the stamps will be a background and not a foreground. And I don't want them in the foreground. So yeah, I thought that would be much better for me. Hopefully I'm right. Let's see here. Let's stick this right here, I guess. Oh, there we go. I'll just keep this to my left. You guys can't really see it, but you know what I'm doing with my glue book, I mean. And that way I don't have to keep moving. Oh, I don't like that. I got the core right there. That annoys me. Oh, well. Oh, well. Embrace the mistake, Tara. Embrace the mistake. That's what you always tell your girls. Right? That's what I always say to you guys. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and put that there. I don't want it to be... There we go. I'll just glue it a little higher. I don't want it to look like it's the same piece. I like that haphazard overlapping. Do you guys like that? That looks like pages of music have just been strewn on a table or something. I think that's fun. I have so many music books, and when I started out doing junk journals, I had none except a couple of old, well, no, I want to take that back. I had some, but they were from the 70s and like 80s, or, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s. They were my mom's piano books, my mom's music books. And so they had the lyrics, and I wanted it to where it was just the music, you know, and plus it was my mom's, and I don't know, I felt weird about tearing them apart, to be honest. So I did a few of them, and then I ended up going and finding some music elsewhere, which is what you see now as part of my collection. But yeah, it took me a minute to get there. So if any of you do not have music sheets yet, you'll get there. I have some in my shop, that's right. If you want some, they are from the early 1900s, and it is just notes and music. I can't remember the name of, I think they're lesson books, but I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, so if you don't have any music and you want some, I do have some, and it is super cheap. It's like, I don't know, $1.99, something like that. I want to get to the stamping part. Yeah, so I did get my computer yesterday, you guys. It came. Woohoo! I'm so excited. I am so excited. Just thrilled about it. Praise the Lord. I mean that. I am so thankful and grateful my husband got that for me. Even if I weren't going to do digital kits, my computer, I went in and took everything and saved it over to a flash drive. And I got to tell you, my little 8 GB computer was maintaining well over its capacity. It was no wonder that poor baby was slowed up so bad. And it's funny, now that I've taken everything off and put it over onto the flash drives, she's working again a little bit better. She's like, I can breathe. I cleaned my hard drive, and I do need to defrag it a little bit. Yeah, but I cleaned up the hard drive, and she is feeling so much better. It's like, it's moving, because it had gotten to the point where when I turned it on, or when I booted it up in the morning, you know, brought it out of sleep mode, it would take forever, like about 5 to 10 minutes for it to just come back up and wake up. That's how full it was. And yeah, it wasn't good. So I'm really, really glad to have a new computer that's got, this one's got 32 gigs, and then it's got 1 terabyte of storage. So yeah, it's going to make a big difference. And mostly, like I said, though, we got that capacity for me to use the Photoshop. So that's the main goal. So be praying for me that I can learn how to use it, because that is, I'm nervous about the Photoshop. I've already looked into it. It's, you know, I know how much it is and everything per month. I'll be doing the monthly membership. I'm just nervous because, you know, you're paying for that, and I'm getting a drink of water, girls. You're paying for it, and you want to be able to utilize it, you know, right away. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I have to make sure that I know what I'm doing and get in there and learn it, because I don't want to waste money. That's my whole point. I don't want to waste money. So, okay, girls, now we are going to trim this down. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll wait and do the stamping first, and then I'll trim it. That way, I don't know, it'll have more of an organic feel, you know? I like that feel around the edges where you just, it kind of just, like when you have things stamped off a page, that kind of look. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just getting these corners real quick though, because I did trim this with my paper trimmer. So the 2 ends that I had to cut from the roll are even. So when I trim this, it's going to be straight, you know, so that'll be good. So let's get the stamps out. Woohoo! Here we go. This is the fun part. I love stamping. Okay, and I'm going to use black ink. I could use color, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep this one neutral. And I might even, I mean, I would use like vintage and stuff like that. However, I'm not, because of my, what do you call it? My vintage photo, and all of the browns that I have are just not juicy enough. They're not going to show up, you know, like they should. So now I'm going to use this on it as a, and I have to be really, really careful with these stamps, because they have a tendency to, did I do that crooked? Of course, just a little bit. They have a tendency to let the ink go on the sides onto the block, and this black is super juicy because I don't use it very often. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this down a few places here. I think I'll do it like, I'm probably gonna do 5 of them. Can you guys see okay? Okay. See what I mean? It grabs that edge. I gotta be super, super careful with it. Oh, great. It caught on this. Ah, don't. There we go. Okay. There. Now, I'm going to go ahead and, let me see. Do I want to use a different one? Because I've got a few here of these edgings. One of them, I'm not sure where it is. And I kind of like, I've got Tim's, I don't have a ton of his stamps, but I have a couple. And I was thinking, let's see. Okay. I really like this corner stamp here. It comes from a separate kit than that one. But I'm thinking that I might do this in the corners, like so, and then like that, and then just trim around them. Do I want that? Or do I want to use, one of them I can't find. It's here, but I'm not sure where it is. I can't seem to locate it. Oh, here we go. Here's one. This is a good one too. Yeah, I've got one here that's missing. And then there's this one. I don't know, maybe I should just use this. I just kind of wanted to place swirlies and words and stuff like that all around, and then cover them with, you know, mostly cover them with images. So they're just peeking out from behind. That was really my goal. I don't have, I mean, I have quite a few stamps compared to some, I know, but I don't have as many as a lot of people. I don't necessarily have the selection that I'd like to have, let's say that, on certain things. But it's just because I'm not willing to pay a fortune for stamps, I'll be honest. And so I kind of wait until I find them on sale. Oh, I keep doing that. Stop doing that. I keep getting it caught on the corner of my pad. And so what my point is, a lot of times I kind of don't necessarily get what I want in a stamp all the time because I'm cheap or frugal, I guess. I'll buy them in packs that have, like, you know, more than one stamp, or I'll get them on sale or whatever. I'm caught over here now. My area's kind of crowded. There. Okay, so my goal was to just kind of build that layout with the edges, and then I was going to do some verbiage. Okay. I'll put this back so I'm not wondering where my stuff is later. I'm going to go ahead and not use that one. It's a little much for this, I think. Yeah, I don't need this big one anymore. But I do need my medium size. Sorry guys, I'm just working this out as I go along here. You're like, really? We would never have known. Okay. Let me see, is this... I don't even know which way this is right here. I guess that's right. Do I want that one? Oh, I have so many. Oh, here it is. I set it over there. Okay. All right. I was thinking words would look kind of cool too. Oops, I should have used that. I don't know which stamps of mine tend to not want to go in the center. So now I know this is one of them. Let's see if we can get that to work a little better now. I don't think I'm on there all the way. That's good enough. It's good enough. I'll do it over here. Yeah, it's still not quite catching on the edge there. I didn't have it. I need a bigger piece of foam. That's my problem. That trick does work. You guys were right about that. It's just a matter of having enough of it. Let's see. So anyway, is anybody going to be doing anything interesting this weekend? Going anywhere? I don't really have any plans other than the whole printer thing. So hopefully on, say, Monday's mass make, I'll be able to tell you that I got something. That's my goal. We'll see. but that's the goal. I'm looking over here to my left in my drawer to see if I can use some of these words. I think this one's probably a good one. I like to use this in just partial places, and I'm going to pull that in again because it tends to not want to. It's so big, I just use like the corners of it and stuff usually. Did it again. I am so bad about stamping. I need to practice more. And see, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's getting covered with a piece with an image. That's terrible. Oh, gee whiz. That one was really bad. That's like the worst. You guys see how bad I did? You want to see my mistake? My boo-boo. Look at that. Yeah. It's not gonna be the way it is when it's done. I promise I will have that covered. Probably this one too. I just like tossed it on there. Let's see. Some people I've watched are so systematic and amazing at doing this. I watch them and I'm like, oh my gosh, do you see how they're doing that? And it looks so perfect. Mine, I just think it's more practice. I just need more practice. I think that's the way it is with anything that we do as far as these kind of projects and stuff is, yeah, practice really does make perfect. You know what I mean? So now I am going to use this little kind of weird framey. I think this is one of Tim's. I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's one of Tim's. I just like the patterns on these. Part of this will get cut off. And I'm even going down on top of other print because I know I'm going to be covering it. So I'm not too worried. I want more, maybe overdoing a little bit with the stenciling more than not because I want, or not stenciling, stamping, because I do want there to be some sign of something underneath where there's no picture, you know what I mean? So I like this print right here. I'm not crazy about it either, guys. Not yet. Hopefully it'll come together a little bit more once I get the images down. I'm just preempting that you guys are saying, that doesn't look that good. I'm thinking it. I think that, to be honest with you, I think that about a lot of stuff that I do. And you guys tell me that you actually like it. And I think I'm super self-critical, of course, but I know a lot of us are. I won't say most of us. That's generalizing too much. But I think that many people are self-critical. I being one. So I am actually going to try these dots just simply because I absolutely love them. And I haven't used them in a minute. And I love just that sprinkling of color or ink, you know, around haphazardly throughout anything I'm doing. I think it looks fun. And yeah, I just love these. See, and this is bringing this more together for me. Just having these little sprinkling of these dots. This is one of those stamps like this little one I told you about with the leaves that I keep right next to me all the time now. this is one of those stamps that I feel that way about. That, like, if I lost this I'd be sad. Do you have a favorite stamp like that? I'm sure we all have a favorite stamp that we feel that way about. I'm like that about my swirly stamp too that I've had from the beginning. It was one of the first ones that I ever got. And yeah, I love it. I love it to this day. I never get tired of using it. And I heard Tina say that about her swirly stamp. She just loves it. And I like hers a lot, but I have no access to it. She's had hers for years. I have no idea. I think she said, oh gosh, I know she bought it on a website with the word blue in it, I believe. I looked it up before, and they, from what I could see, did not have that stamp anymore. And of course, I mean, that would be expected. She's literally had it for years. So, and I'm sure if any of you watch her, you know the stamp I'm talking about that she always uses in her corners, and she always uses to just give the paper that look, you know. So this little stamp right here just kind of brought me joy in this piece. It brought it together for me. I was hoping it would. So yeah, let me put these blocks and these stamps back so they're not in my way really quick. And then I will start doing the images. What time is it? How are we doing? 30 minutes. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and do images. And what I'm going to do is wait to trim until we're done. Okay. So let me pull these over. Now I have them out of different books. So they're all going to kind of look, you'll be able to tell they're from different publications. Like this is, of course, out of what's her name? She's a Beatrix, and this is out of her book. I can't think of the name of it, but I have it anyway. Now these that are like these backdrops, these are images out of an opera book, where these were actually images of pictures of a set, or they were paintings of what the set looked like back in the 1800s for this particular these particular operas. These images are out of history books I have regarding England's history. So yeah, it's so I have a big old bunch of different stuff here. And I'm thinking, I'm just trying to get because I have some people here too. Now I am going to do some tearing on these. I didn't in the other ones too much. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want this to have the effect of almost like the music is coming up around the people or around the picture, and not that it's under the picture. I want it to look like it's foreground even though it's not. Yeah, those dots just really made me like that a lot more. That's funny. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to lay a few things down and see what kind of strikes me here. If I want people or architecture. I really like these sets. I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do some of these. I need to be careful. This paper's not wanting to tear very evenly, so I have to be a little slower here. I'm going too fast. I don't want to lose the whole image by tearing it down. Okay. I'm thinking, do I want to kill off some of the white? I didn't even dip it in my ink. It's got ink on it. Yeah. Now I'm going to pull my blue book back in. Sorry. I don't mean to be going so slow. There we go. And I'm going to start laying these out. I kind of like that background with nothing else on top. Actually, I may do some of those like that, you know. Let's see. You know what I should do? I should trim this because of the fact I can trim it again, because I can't see my edges, so I don't know if I'm straight or not because they're so haphazard. And I don't want my pictures, on this one I don't want my pictures to be off. I kind of want them to be centered where I want them. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. Now, I want to ask you guys a couple of questions. I need my friends to answer me, though. Sometimes I get answers and sometimes I don't. Don't hesitate to comment. Okay? I like it when you comment. I love talking to y'all. So, I am thinking a couple of things. One thing I want to know is, what are some things, and I've asked you guys this before, and I super appreciate those of you who answer me. What are some things that you guys would like to work with or do on our videos? What are some things that you're interested in, or that you just like, even if it's more collaging or more beading or, you know, journals or covers or whatever the case may be, you know. I know there are those of you who want me to art journal. I'm still working up my bravery for that, and plus I'm still working on the Christmas journal. But after we're done with that second Christmas journal, I'm going to take off for the rest of the year and on into the new year, just working on whatever we want. It's not going to be any holiday stuff anymore. I'm done. After we get done with this one, I'm done. For me, it was enough. You know what I mean? I love the holidays, but doing one particular theme that's why some of the days I just jumped on here and did stuff like this, because I just needed to create and not have the pressure of, is it about the holiday journal, you know? I know that sounds funny, and it's interesting to me, but I think that's one of the reasons that I didn't do a holiday journal when I first started doing this, was because I was like, oh, I don't want to do just that. There just wasn't something I wanted to do, was just be stuck in one theme and one piece of work the whole time. Because I'm kind of that artist that what I wake up thinking about that day tends to be what I work on. But if I have a focus and I know what you guys are interested in, what you guys want to do, that would really be helpful to me, because we're always trying to think of new things on here, and that's not easy. I'll be honest, it's not easy. And like I've said before, I don't want to be on here and bore you guys to death. So, you know, let me know. Let me know what you think, because I'm interested, really. Now, my other thing I wanted to ask you guys about, I wanted to get a poll, kind of your opinion. I was thinking about doing something different in my Etsy shop. Adding something to it besides just digitals and the journals. It's kind of around the journals, but I was actually thinking of doing, okay, I want to try and explain this right. I want to do a journal kit. And yes, we've seen those before. But I want to do like a journal kit of, say, I create the journal cover. And then I create all the ephemera that's going to go into that journal, or what could be used for that journal. And then sell those as a kit instead of a journal that I've like put together and sell, you know, that the person who purchases it could actually, I'm trying to think, do I want to do, I think I want to do some portraits between these pictures, so that's why I'm, okay. And so anyway, what do you guys think of that? I have seen different people do, like, you know, Natasha, I've seen her do plain journals where she just made the cover and sewed the signatures in, and she sold it plain. And then I've also seen her sell ephemera kits where she, not necessarily kits, but like an entire bundle of ephemera that she created and you could use, that's pre-made by her. So I kind of am thinking about combining those two. Do you think that that would be something, not that you guys would buy it, but do you think that would be something someone would be interested in? I really would love your opinion about that. So if you have an opinion, please feel free to share it with me, because I'm just, you know, the only person I really have to bounce these ideas off of is Courtney, and and you guys. So he's, you know, he's like, oh yeah, you know, he doesn't know, you know, I mean, he doesn't know anything about this other than what he's learned by watching me. So yeah, to him, he's just like, I don't know, babe, you know, I don't know. He's not an artist or a crafter or anything in between like that. And so yeah. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think. Please help me out here. Let me see. Now I'm going to kind of dig past these and see if I have some portraits I like. Isn't he precious? He was I can't remember his name when he grew up. And I cut the picture off. I'm seeing here if his name's, no, but he was a composer. These are all composers, men and women, mostly men, of course, and piano players, I believe, pianists in this group. Let's see. Sorry. Maybe I should, oh, look at that. That's an adorable picture. He was another, either pianist or, yeah, he was a pianist. You know what I think I'll do, I'm tempted to do, is just bring in my lovely ladies here. Where are they? Some of my pretty portraits and use them on here. I have the, now these are not book images, of course. These are out of my digis, out of mine and other people's. Oh, these are so pretty. I could use, I had stamped these babies. I have these bigger ones, and I was thinking these kind of really go with the, the problem is it's bringing in color, and I didn't really want to do that much. I kind of wanted to leave it, you know, black and white. What do you guys think? I wish I could hear you right now. I'm going to do one more image in the center of the background. I think that'll tie that in, and then I'm going to overlap a little bit with the pictures of the girls. Oh, this one's pretty. I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to tear this down a little bit. And then hopefully I'll have enough. It's funny, I haven't used those young girl prints that I punched the corners and stuff on. I've been meaning to, but because of the Christmas And then Thanksgiving and everything, I haven't been using much of those. And I miss them. But it's funny because I have them for this. I would not have had them normally. I would have already used them up. Well, let's see. Put that over there. And her. Yeah, I think I'll just stick with all of those. And now I'm going to put them back before they get mixed up with all these images here. Just 1 second. There we go. Goodness, I'm being a messy girl today. Okay. Now, I think once I get this in the center, that'll kind of line it back up for me, my eyes, because I've got the 4. And, you know, you need that odd number to really, I got glue right there. Shoot. You kind of need that odd number. There we go. Okay, now I should build from there. All right. I may just make it digital out of this. I think I have. I don't know, maybe it's too many. Let's see. The color scheme of these is so black and white that it's kind of messing with my eyes a little bit. I think I need to age it up a little. Or not her. I think I want to use these two. Bring a little vintage photo into it to kind of yellow it a little bit, because it's almost too distinct a black and white for my eyes. I don't like that as much. Yeah, that's better. I have not dipped this in the vintage photo, as you can see. And that's how much is on your dauber, your sponge. Okay, now these two, I'll go ahead, even though this is a peachier color. All right, now what I was thinking was to kind of, I don't want everything right in the center. So no. I'm going to get one down. Of course, you know, these are going to be cut down eventually. I have to keep that in mind. I don't want them laid out to where it's going to cut into anybody's face, you know. Okay. I don't know. Let me see. I'm really debating on this here. Sorry, I'm going to stand up and look at this because I think I laid her down in a place that I regret. Is me and my pulling up, huh? Look at that, though. It's working. Woohoo! It worked. I think I want her in a different spot. I can't believe that actually didn't, like, stick there. Maybe I will just go ahead and center these a little bit more because of what I'm going to do with them. Because I know these are going to be cut down. And so I'm looking at it artistically, visually. It's not satisfying and pleasing to me to have it too centered. But at the same time, I think what needs to happen is I need to bring in like more collage onto it. You know what I'm saying? So that when it's cut down, that's not going to matter. What I guess I'm saying is this is definitely not finished like this. It's not finished. Now I'm thinking about what can I add to it. It's got the stamping already. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. Hold on one second, guys. I just thought of something. All right, you guys, I'm back. So I decided to add something because it's so uniform. I decided to add a little bit of trim. And so hopefully, did I cut this too short? Of course I probably did. Let me see if I can, I cut 4 of them, I'm hoping they're not all too short. I thought I was getting it. They're all just a little bit off. No, you guys. Tara tries. She tries. I pretend really good. And you guys are really sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna take that over just a little bit so that I know they're long enough, because I want them to go all the way across, because I have already trimmed the edges down, so these are pretty even. And this is like just a little trim I bought with a kit, and I really like it. I call it my little I don't know why it reminds me of little seed trim, but that's what I call it. Yeah, so my little seed trim. I'm just going to use the other pieces on something else. No biggie. I will just cut more. And then the other thing that I ended up doing was I cut Tippy Honey Stop. My neighbor keeps going in and out, and every time he goes out and every time he goes in, he shuts his door super loud. I wouldn't say slamming it, but it's just loud enough to drive my dog crazy. Now hopefully that one, it fell off of there, and I hope it's long enough. Okay, so anyway, what I did was I cut those, and then I told you I wanted to keep it neutral. I started to use some color, but then I decided not to. This is a beige, and I'm using those little leaf trims. So I'm going to go up and down with these, and the reason I chose the leaves is because all of these pictures have, if you really notice, they have a landscapey type effect. At least this one not so much, but the rest of them all have, you know, trees and flowers and leaves and stuff. So I thought it'd be kind of pretty. So we're going to lay this out first. And I think I just mixed those in with my not long enough ones. Let me make sure I've got the right ones here. Okay. So I am going to use, for this, I think I'll use my art glitter glue. I have my hot glue there, but I don't usually use that for these things. Let me see if my other bottle has more in it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna run a piece or a strip of this glue, if I can get it to move. Come on. There we go. Come on. No, now it's too much. You guys, I'm having a day. I've had 2 days in a row. Okay? Just being honest. I woke up last night. It was one of those nights where I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. Yeah. And I mean, it wasn't a super late one, thank goodness. I did get like 6 hours before I woke up, but I should have gotten 8, and I didn't, because I woke up at 1:30. My alarm was set to go off at 3:30. And I just could not fall back asleep. And of course, about the time I started to doze off again, my alarm went off. Isn't that always the way? So yeah. So I'm a little bit tired. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. So I'm going to do 4 of these across, and then I'm going to do 4 the other way, because I want some of this trim and those leaves to show in each part of my journal cards and tags, or whatever I cut this down to be. And also, I don't know, I think this will break it up and detract a little bit from the uniformity of all these images. I think I am not used to my collages. This technically didn't even turn out to be as much of a collage as a book image background, I would say. Okay, I'm just getting these on here straight, giving them a little press. My dry wipe always works really well with trim and art glitter glue for the most part. Okay, making sure these are the ones that are long enough. Okay. And since I had these spaces, I just kind of needed something. Thought, yeah, we'll use this. I hope you guys like these. I'll probably end up liking them more than I do at the moment. More than likely I'll come back and go, oh, they're not so bad. I think I'm having a self-critical day. Do you guys ever have those? I think it's normal to have those moments in life where you feel that way. At least it's normal in my life. Let's say that. Nope, I think that's one of the short ones. I got them a little bit mixed up over here. This one's probably the one that's right. Yeah. Maybe? No. Okay. Did I not do a 4th one that was long enough? Sure thought I did. Oh well. We'll do another one now. Not too big a deal. Should be grabbing my other scissors. Those don't cut very well for stuff like this. And I'm bringing this in just a little bit from the edge because I don't want the trim to hang over a whole lot. Just a little, maybe. Okay. Let's see. I don't really think there's necessarily a right side with this trim. If you ever use any like it, from what I can tell, it's kind of either or. I wanted it to be over a little bit more than that. There we go. All right. Now see, I already like that better than without. I'm hoping these will add to the, because it almost frames them. Maybe I should just do this on the whole thing. I don't know. Let's see. I kind of like the look of that. I'm looking here real quick to see if I like that better with this being. Yeah, because it's almost like a frame. It's pretty cute, actually. I don't know that I need to use the leaves or not. I mean, the framing was going to happen with the leaves as well. But this kind of looks pretty like that. And then it's going to be, of course, cut down. Let's see. I wish I could hear y'all. I really do. And see which one you like. You know what? Because it's going to be cut, I'm wondering if I brought this over just a tad and then brought these to like next to it so that it could kind of be cut down in between where it would have a little bit of each on each one. Like this. Here. Sorry, I'm fiddling with this stuff. It's kind of fiddly. And I'm going over, as usual. Gee whiz. Stay down. It won't stay down for me. Do you guys see what I'm saying a little bit? I think I actually like the framing of this better. I do. Yeah, I'm going to use this. I'm going to go for it, you guys. And I hope I did the right thing. It's crooked. My line is crooked. Yep, I think I do. And then when you cut this, it's going to have some of this on each. I mean, it's going to be there for one side or the other. You know what I'm saying? It won't look framed once it's been cut up as much. But like, even if I cut this on this side and this side, okay, then this side will still have this one. You know, it'll each have a bit of that. So yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. I hope. You'll see. Some of them will be fully framed. Some of them will not. That's what I'm trying to get at. But there will be trim on each piece, no matter what, going both directions. Does that make sense? Okay. This one's a little harder because these pictures go over into, they cut into the, so I'm going to use this, my part right here. Geez, I really went crooked with that line. Ugh. I'm going to have to wipe some of that up. Okay. Pull it straight and then, okay, stop. Yes, I'm talking to the paper and to myself. Sorry. All right. So also, while I have you here real quick, I want to say that if anybody has been, anyone who's messaged me about being sick, I want you to know that I am praying very specifically for your healing. And I hope that this video is going up on Tuesday. I mean, it's being recorded on Tuesday, so I'm hoping that by now, as it should be, say Friday, that you guys are feeling better. We've got some stuff going around. There's been the flu, pneumonia. I had pneumonia once and I thought I was going to die. In my 56 years, I've only had it one time, and oh my goodness. So you know who you are, sweetie. I'm so sorry that you're suffering from that. And the flu. My other friend who has the flu. You know, just taking that off without cutting into what I have hanging over, hopefully. I'm just going along trimming this a little bit. Now this is something I've never done something like this. So I hope you like it. I don't know. I think once it dries and I cut it down that I will like it. But I am not usually this uniform at all when I start out to collage, as you all know, if you've been on my channel for any length of time. So the most orderly I am is I usually do my edges first, and then I build from out, you know, from that point, like a puzzle kind of. Oh, I just trimmed off part of that and I didn't mean to. Darn it. I'm trying to keep the little seeds that are hanging over the edge. I don't want to lose those. Okay. All right, you guys. So there is our piece. Oops, wrong way. There's our piece. Let me let you see it a little closer so you can make out the pictures. So once it's cut down, this is probably going to bring about, you know, I could do a couple of pockets, or I could do, you know, probably short journal card, because I do not want to cut through anybody's face or anything, so these will be cut a little more specific. These here, these center ones, will probably be pockets, and then I'll probably do one long and one short on each side. So like taking out this corner and then this be a long tag, or, you know, but yeah, I think they'll be pretty when it's done. So that's our little collaging with vintage book page slash stamping slash images slash trim. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, you know, get inspired at all, or if this channel has inspired you, please hit like on the video and also subscribe if you'd like to spend more time with me. I hope you will. I love you guys. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.